Are you afraid of the dentist? Many people are, but why do we dread the dentist? I mean, it's unpleasant to have a relative stranger poke around in our mouths, and worse yet, wield noisy instruments that drill holes in our teeth. But there is more than that. It turns out that both biology and environment have something to do with this not so strange or unusual fear. For example, if one of your parents is afraid of the dentist, the chances increase that you will share their fear. People can range from no fear at all to a prohibitive phobic condition. It is estimated that nearly 20% of the world's population has some degree of moderate fear. If the fear is strong to affect your everyday life, it is considered a phobia. In this case, odontophobia, from the Greek word for tooth, odont. The OTAN estimates that 5% of the world's population have odontophobia, while about 3% are so strongly affected they totally avoid going to the dentist. People who are deeply afraid of going to the dentist might find that it affects their quality of life because they spend a lot of time dreading going to the dentist. While some might go to the dentist now and again, they might have a terrible time of it. Others simply never go. Not surprisingly, research results show that people who fear dentists often have worse dental health than those who don't. You might think that people who dread the drill will take particularly good care of their teeth, so they will never have to visit the dentist, but people with phobias don't necessarily follow this logic. If their phobia is extremely strong, they might find it uncomfortable doing anything with their teeth. Even brushing them can be too unpleasant. And people who have toothaches from cavities can find it traumatic to brush their teeth. It's common for people to blame their fears on early experiences with rookie or inexperienced dentists, but it is not that simple. There are biological reasons why we want to keep dentists out of our mouths. Our mouth is a vulnerable part of our body, and several basic needs are threatened via the mouth, including having open air passages. We have deep biological survival mechanisms. Fear and avoidance are also naturally triggered when we experience pain. People who are prone to suffer odontophobia are often control freaks. People who have an excessive need to maintain control feel very helpless when they are a dental patient. Reclining in a dental chair can be hard enough because a prone patient is more helpless. Some people have suffered traumatic experiences, which intensify these feelings. In particular, people who have been subjected to abuse or torture will often be left with a much greater need to feel in control. While numerous factors affect this fear, its roots, like so much else in our personalities, could stem from our childhood. As humans, we are social animals who learn from people around us. If you see that your parents are frightened, you might learn to take up their fears. Scared parents who take their children to the dentist can easily influence their kids to adopt their calms. Thus, the very first visit to the dentist can be the most important. It is known that if children have lots of good experiences before encountering something negative at the dentist, they have a better chance of avoiding this fear. A person's general mental condition will also affect their feelings about visiting the dentist. Fear of going to the dentist can be due in part to more general anxiety or depression. If, for instance, you are suspicious or paranoid, you will also be skeptical about dentists. Among the many reasons people procrastinate about going to the dentist is a fear of syringes. Earlier studies have shown that 3.3% of adolescents refrain from going to a dentist if the treatment requires a shot of anesthetic. So, what could go wrong if you don't visit the dentist? Let's say you skip visiting the dentist for a year. When you skip a thorough cleaning at the dentist office, the plaque trapped in those hard-to-reach places will harden into tartar. Tartar is difficult to remove with at-home brushing and flossing. Even the best at-home dental hygiene practices will not prevent plaque from being left on teeth and accumulating. The buildup of plaque and the formation of tartar will lead to tooth decay if not treated by a dentist. Tooth decay can lead to a mess of other dental health issues, including bad breath and ultimately tooth loss. Cavities are the obvious and likely outcome of a mouth that hasn't been cleaned or examined by a dentist for at least 4 or 5 years. The buildup of bacteria, plaque, and tartar gradually eat away at tooth enamel, causing holes in the tooth. These are cavities. Small cavities can be easily filled, but if you don't visit the dentist, some of these can be really hard to cure. The accumulation of tartar and plaque will not only increase the risk of cavities and tooth decay, but they will also leave an unpleasant stain on your teeth, which will only get worse the longer you put off going to the dentist. The longer one goes without going to the dentist, the longer any abscesses or cuts can spread and get infected. Some abscesses are not readily noticed and can only be detected via X-ray. Infections can lead to pain, discomfort, and additional oral health concerns that require additional treatment. Each time you visit the dentist for a teeth cleaning, an examination is also done. Part of this exam includes a screening for oral cancer. The longer you postpone going to the dentist, the longer you'll go without checking for potentially deadly diseases. If you haven't gone to the dentist for an extended period, you might be at risk of having the onset of oral cancer and not know it. More studies and research have linked one's oral health to one's overall health. If cavities aren't treated, they can lead to periodontal disease, which causes your gum to recede from your teeth. Bacteria can enter your bloodstream via this gap and cause a condition called atherosclerosis, which causes blood to harden, leading to a mortal and fatal heart attack. Another possibility is that this bacteria could travel the same way to your brain or even affecting your jawbone, resulting in removing the infected part of your body. So let me ask you, how long has it been since you last visited the dentist? If you're one of those people who suffer from odontophobia, be honest and talk about your fear. Tell the dentist you're afraid and ask for an appointment to discuss the matter first. This enables the dentist to learn what is needed to make your treatment better. You might find it advantageous to find a way to get more control over the treatment situation. If you feel that having the dental chair tilted back horizontally is very uncomfortable and frightening, ask if you can sit in a more upright position. Take someone you trust with you, who can make sure you keep your appointments, supports you, and does not share your fears. Ask for an anesthetic so that you don't feel a thing. Ask for more if you begin to sense pain. And most importantly, find a dentist you trust. Dental appointments shouldn't just be made when you have a problem that needs to be addressed. Prevention is always better than needing a cure for a problem you could have avoided in the first place. So remember to visit your dentist soon, and if you haven't, please don't let yourself have an awful appearance, and worse, don't let yourself die to something so easy to avoid. Thank you.